In this particular video, we're going to talk about open and closed tags. These are the basic fundamentals. Once you understand this, it's going to make more sense when you see the code itself. Basically, in order to create HTML documents, it always has to have an HTML with brackets surrounding it and then a closed tag, which looks like the open tag, except you have a slash right before the words that are inside of the bracket. Just understand that this is an open tag, and this is a closed tag. All the tags that you're going to see in the codes, in the syntax, and in the language will have an open tag and a closed tag, with exception of the break tag. I'll show you that in just a minute. Now, if we go over to our HTML editor and take a look at the source code here, you'll notice that the HTML tag starts here, and then it comes up right here. Then, of course, the head tag has what we call an open tag. It opens it up right here, and then you have to close the head right here. It's the same with the title tag. This is opening the title, and then you can put the actual title here. Let's say, for example, that we have a dog training blog post that talks about how to stop your puppy from biting. You know how you go to Google and you see the titles for each website, then you see a description. That is where the title is, right here. You're getting a quick glimpse of how the code here gets read by the browser, and then by Google or other search engines. You see how this works? We have an open tag, and then we close this sentence with the close tag, or this particular word, title. Then, of course, is the heading. You can see here we close the heading. Then, after you close the head, you can start with the body. You see how the body starts here, and then the body closes here? Everything else that's inside of your landing page is going to be inside of the body. Notice that the break tag does not have an open and close tag. The break tag can essentially stand alone. You're going to have some words that are standalone, which don't need an open and close. Let's go to the normal view. Let's say, for example, that we want to center align a word. We'll do word, and we will center align that. Now, if I go to source, you can see that a div tag is being used to center align that word, and the div tag gets closed. Don't worry about the div tag or all these other tags. I'm trying to explain the concept that, in most cases, something has to be opened and closed. You can have all sorts of words, and then you close it down. Now, I'll go back to normal. Let's say I want to bold a word, and I go back to source. You can see that the style has been added for bold. You don't need to know this stuff. I'm just showing you this so that you understand that for most cases, there's an open tag and a close tag. Then, of course, there are certain rare cases like the break tag, which can stand alone. That tag does not need an open and close tag. Essentially, it is the same. Now that you understand this concept, you can begin to move on to the next videos. We'll go over the basic tags, like the break tag, the hyperlink tag, and everything like that. Don't worry about understanding the tags and what they mean yet. Just understand that we have the basic HTML tag, and then it closes down. We have the basic head tag, and it closes down. One way to learn HTML without me even teaching you is simply by going to the normal view and doing one step at a time, like I showed you earlier. We start from scratch and go down here. I click on source, and I can see what has changed. So, I've essentially made a lot of breaks. I put spaces and enters down here, and I put the word here. Take a look at source and ask yourself what has changed. Look at the code, see what has changed, and then do the next step. Make it bold and see what has changed at that point. That's another good way to learn HTML from scratch, by actually doing something to it that you want to do, whether that's changing the color, making it bigger, or changing the heading. That's a good way to learn HTML in a step-by-step manner. With that said, I'm going to go to the next videos, and we will show you other tags that are very common and that you are likely to face. See you there!